What's up, guys? So today I'm going to talk about my top 5 reasons why video brawling is better than playing on Untap. So number 1, rolling. Okay. In video brawling, you actually still have to roll your Bakugan. In Untap, you just pick which core you want. There's no actual rolling aspect to Untap, which is one of the most fundamental and defining things that separates Bakugan as a trading card game, as a game in general, from anything else. I feel like taking that away takes away like the main thing that makes Bakugan Bakugan, and not a fan of that. Moving into that has to do with rolling is the tactile interaction with game pieces. So, my opinion, actually having them is better. Like, you have more of a feel of what's going on in the game this way than you do without them. The rules are more like point number 3. The rules are more similar. Or actually, they're basically spot on to the real life rules. You can roll on your opponent's cores. You can, if both of you and your opponent somehow land on the same core, you both get the bonus. Albeit much more common in video brawling league, or in video brawling in general. But it's still part of the rules. It's still how that is handled in the event that that this were to happen. Like, it's possible, but not probable. Yes, they can't collide, or there's no collisions or anything like that. But it's not that huge of a piece of gameplay. The only time that really comes into play is when you have your Maxitar rollers that are trying to block you from landing on your own cores, which are immediately in front of you, and they chuck your Bakugan at you and almost break your Bakugan and send theirs flying halfway across the room. Like, it's like the only, I don't know. Yes, it's a legal strategy, but I don't know, it's kind of frowned upon. So, whatever. Moving on. Computer RNG is just blah in general. I don't like it, especially for shuffling. I know it's statistically more accurate, supposedly, but I don't know. Something about actually holding and like bridge shuffling, not bridge, waterfall shuffling. There we go. Your deck just feels so, it's just right. It's part of playing a TCG, like having your sleeves and your cores, and just, I don't know, like I'm about that, like actually having and using my pieces, because moving into the next and final point, number 5, if doing video brawls encourages players to actually buy product, which supports Spin Master, which allows them to support us. It's a give and give relationship. We buy product, they listen. They want to make things better for us. And you can't say they don't listen, because if you paid any attention to the video game news that dropped today, Leonidas is coming back to the video game, albeit it's not exactly what everybody would want for a Bakugan video game in 2020. But you can't really complain. Like, number 1, they listened. They knew people would want it, like a Bakugan video game in general. And number 2, they brought back the fan favorite from the originals. Like, as cool as he is, it's something that I personally would have been like, okay, cool, whatever, he's not back. It wouldn't have hurt my feelings them not bringing him back. But the fact that they listened to the majority of the Bakugan community and brought back a character that they had no inclination or intent on, they had no intent on bringing him back to begin with, but they knew that everybody, or not everybody, the majority of the community wanted Leonidas back. So what they do, they listened and they're bringing him back. But yeah, like there's, and I guess here's for fun, 6th point, because some of my points were kind of like spotty and kind of bled into each other. The player-to-player interaction of video brawling is similar enough to actual like player-to-player interaction in real life. I understand that not everybody is as outgoing and likes to talk and, you know, as much of a like social butterfly as I can be sometimes. But that's something that I do crave when I play, like, that's why I play physical games. That's why I'm not a huge video gamer. Like, I like some, and I do play a few, but I would rather play LAN or, like, heck, even split screen with one of my friends in the same room on a video game than I would playing online with people. Like, it's a really neat concept, but I don't know. As lame as it sounds, I'm about friendship. I'm about building a community. I'm about having a tight-knit group of friends that all get together and practice and get better at the game and learn the ins and outs and what we can do and what we can't do. And like, I know that's kind of hypocritical and goes against video brawling or remote brawling in general, but that's kind of what we're stuck with right now, and it's still a great way to meet people. And I feel like you're gonna have more, like, a more human interaction through a video call than you would chatting through the chat room or just talking through Discord voice channels. Like, I don't know. There's just something about actually sitting and actually playing the game. Like, you're actually playing the game. You're not playing a simulation. That's what Untap is. Untap is a simulation, and it simulates the experience. I'm about having as close to the real experience as possible. I'll admit, Untap has its things that it's good for. It's good for people that can't afford or have little to no access to cards with how things are. Understand that. And it's good for, like, building the deck and then test drawing hands with it or whatever. But I mean, you can do that with proxies, but I don't know, I have a lot of, like, beliefs on, like, card weight based on, like, foiling and stuff like that, on how it shuffles in the deck. And I guess that comes from me playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In the past, competitively, or maybe just my group of friends, but I swear by it. Not crazy, I swear. But anyway, yeah, just to recap, the reasons that I think video brawling is better than Untap is you actually get to roll. There is that important aspect of the tactile interaction with the game pieces. The rules are more like real life in the fact that you can utilize everything on the board. I hate computer RNG, and doing this actually encourages players to go out and pick stuff up to play with rather than, oh, everything's on the internet for me. I have everything. What's the point of spending money when I don't have to? And then when nobody spends money on the product, Spin Master thinks, oh, nobody's interested, and it dies. So, with all that being said, keep calm, brawl on, except on Untap. I'm gonna do it all video or in real life. Whatever. Do what you want to do, but this is my opinion. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Stubbs88 out.